high level, such that there will be a well-defined relationship between those who chip in capital and the manager of that capital. Matter of fact, Maimonides, who is one of the prolific writers in the Talmud, Maimonides has actually written extensively on the Musharaka contract, and it was used by the Eastern European Jews. It's called Heter Esker, and this is all that. But that is one contribution. But the second contribution, which is really amazing, but nobody talks about it in Islamic finance, and that is when the Prophet ﷺ did business in Ethiopia, in the Roman Empire, in Iran, in what is now today Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh. At the time it used to be called India, China, so on. He had different currencies. So the challenge he had was how he can exchange the profits and loss in a reference currency that will be fair to all the participants. Because you can have a piece in Roman Empire currency and a piece here and there. And that is where the hadith of the Prophet that we all know, but we have not yet understood, and I hope that today you understand, which says, الذهب بالذهب والفضة بالفضة والتمر بالتمر الشعير بالشعير وإلى آخره. And the meaning of this is, you exchange gold for gold, silver for silver, dates for dates, salt for salt, and so on and so forth. But it has to be on the spot. It has to be hand to hand. Why? Because I'm going to use today either the gold, the silver, and the staple food, like in Arabia, staple food was wheat, staple food, and tamr, which is dates. In Malaysia, what do you have? Well, rice. So staple food is rice. So you have a basket of these different reference products that you can relate the currency to, and it's amazing. Let me show you some of the results before I close. This is the cover page of the book, and what we did, we took the price, historic price rise. You can see price rise going up and then zooming up and then down and so on, and then zooming up again. Now, if I am the son of a rice farmer, I feel happy. I'm becoming very rich. You get all this money, and you have to buy me an iPad and a small car and a nice apartment because you're a rich man. Dad would say, you don't know what you're talking about. I am really having a hard time making ends meet. But Dad, look at the prices going up. Well, you look at the farmers around the world, including Malaysia. They don't want to be in farming anymore. They want to leave the farmland, become security guards. You can tell them the kids never be a farmer. This is for the birds. Go and do IT or do something like that. And so we said, okay, let's apply the standard of the Prophet ﷺ. Price the rice in terms of gold or silver or barley or whatever. And we have all this data, but I'll show you the price in gold. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? What happened to the price of rice in terms of gold, which is now the normalization of the real price in terms of a reference point, which is the gold? What happened to the price of rice? Decrease. Sudden precipitation of the price, and then up and down for the market forces of supply and demand. So people that were in the old price regime were actually making good money, but now they are not. And then to make sure that the applicability of the hadith is good, we said, let us price in terms of wheat, which are two staple commodities. And you can see that they fluctuate in a channel, actually, because they are replaceable commodities. I'll give you price of homes and the price. Actually, this chart was very instrumental in our work in the United States in financing homes, because we discovered the bubble starting 2006, and we started tightening the screws on the evaluation and underwriting, and we saved many customers, our brothers and sisters from losing money in the housing market. But I want to tell you something everybody is passionate about, the price of oil. And by the way, this book was published in November 2014, which means that it was authored in the beginning of 2000. Before oil prices went down, we write in the book that oil prices should go down to $70 to $75. And now this is the oil price going up and down, up, and then zoomed to $158 in 2008. And at that time, we have it on record saying that must go down because of our discipline. And it did go down and up and down. This is in dollars. But when you normalize it away from the dollars, this is the price in gold. It doesn't keep going up all the time like you're led to believe. Right? It goes up and down. And this is what we call the market supply and demand channel. And conceptually what this says, it says that for a stable market, you probably have to have a correlation whereby every ounce of gold will buy you probably 12 to 13 barrels of oil. All right? And that's the correlation. So you multiply 12 by 1260, all right? I mean, divide 1260 by 12, it gives you the correlation, which is now about 20. Now, if you look at it the other way around, you'll find the prices are very, very much underpriced. It's a great time to buy gold, to buy oil, not to sell oil. Now, by the same token, we have, using the discipline, a projection that gold prices should go down to $850 for an oil price of $75 a barrel. Those of you who are investing in the market, we think that gas is extremely underpriced based on our discipline. If you want something for your grandkids, I would buy the natural gas company stocks of your choice. You do the analysis, I'll buy them down for your grandkids, and you'll have a wonderful nest egg for the future. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. Thank you very much for your time and your patience with me, and remember us in your dua, inshallah. I will open it for questions and answers.
For your excellent speech and your heartfelt du'as.
I didn't hear all that.
Sorry, Jazakallah for your excellent speech and your du'as. Sir, I would just like to ask your opinion on two questions. I'm from India, and in my country there is a big divide between the urban and the rural populations. So, looking at the rural population, since our economy is mainly agricultural, in the year 2012, more than 900 farmers committed suicide. And RIBA was one of the reasons. Maybe not the only factor, but one of the factors. But my country does not really allow Islamic finance. And like you mentioned...
Which country again?
India.
Oh, India.
Yes, sir.
I went to India,
off
the record, about 6 years ago. I spoke in the parliament. And at the time they called it participatory banking. But my point is, call it anything you want. It's not the name, it's the discipline. It is and that's the thesis I presented, and I think it's making some progress now. And so you need to not to focus just on the name, you focus on the content. This is what makes a difference. Where did India come from?
From North India, the northern part of India, from Dehradun.
From?
Dehradun.
Yeah.
Close to there.
Okay, mashallah.
Secondly, sir, in
Indians, I don't know if you know this or not, but this is part of history. Do you know that most of the developments in Islam, be it the assembly of the hadith, be it what we call the culture of Islam, it was not made by the Arabic-speaking people. It was made in India and in Persia. And do you know that when Thailand, have you seen the film The King and I? Mr. Wilson is seated because he's my age group, and David McKing and I. McKing and I don't know if you know this or not, but the Prime Minister who was against Janet Leigh, the teacher from England, was a Muslim in their terms. And the army that was actually protecting the Thai king, or at the time it used to be the Kingdom of Siam, was actually the Indian army of the Muslims. So we need to go to our roots and know how contributions were made so we can at least proceed at future. But inshallah it will happen. Inshallah.
Another question if I may, sir. I actually am from the military background, so I've traveled across the country. And I've seen that there is a pressing need for us to establish centers of communal harmony and centers which provide for dawah opportunities, but in a very in a compassionate manner, like you mentioned, serene way, which is open and which will sustain the narrative of how Islam is viewed by everyone. So what would you suggest for us to? What kind of projects could we initiate to penetrate the market?
I was at one of the universities yesterday. You know how Islam was spread? Spread by two techniques, yes? Traders and intermarriages. You forget them. So I hope to see you marrying a Malaysian. Don't forget that, because mothers and ladies, I want to marry from my country. Oh, you're my country. Yeah. Way Islam came to Malaysia. Traders from Hadramaut, which is South Yemen, where the action is nowadays, would come and do the trading, and the chief of a tribe would love their honesty, their way of treating their members. The chief of the tribe would decide to accept Islam, and the whole tribe would be Muslim. Read the history in Malaysia, and you will be amazed. So, two things: trading and intermarriage. How many of you are not married, of the ladies? Well, we need you to marry some Malaysians. What about the young men here? How many of the young men are not married? Raise your hands. I hope you will find a Malaysian wife, inshallah. Then we can have the bonds. Bonds built. Then you can discover, then you can build, inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. Thank you for it.
Alaikum salam.
I attended the last lecture. It was as fun as this one.
I can't hear you, Allah. Can you get in the mic?
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam.
I enjoyed this lecture as much as I enjoyed the last one. A question that came to mind, I know that there could be practical obstacles on the ground. Why has LARIBA not expanded into Malaysia?
Well, because we're not that rich. We're very happy. We are working with a capital of like $50 million. To start a finance company here, you need about $100 million. So we're a very poor man. We do the best we can with what we have, inshallah. But we're willing, if you know someone who's interested, we're willing to franchise and give systems and procedures and training and so on. We had a bank in Kazakhstan, LARIBA-Bank, Kazakhstan, and it was wonderful. We made tremendous progress. I remember we came on television. I came on television to explain how to finance homes in the riba-free way, and it's amazing. Next morning, I had a 1 mile, which about 1.4 kilometers, of people standing up in line to finance their homes and apartments and so on and so forth. But then 2005, 2006 said we need $100 million for capital. I told them, well, I have $100 million, so we sold it. So we do the best we can. This may be the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So,
thank you.
Any questions, sister?
Thank you very much for the wonderful talk. Alhamdulillah.
Speak slowly because I cannot catch things. Where are you from originally?
I am from Pakistan.
Pakistan!
And I am married.
Come